like, Patience and True in one base, but then Solar and Stork split or something weird like that. So to keep it as fair and simple as we could, we just went with the more, I guess, normalized maps. Better way to phrase that. But the overlay does not seem to agree that these guys are on the same team. So this score thing does not work. We're gonna go ahead and hide that, guys, and just please know that Patience and Stork are not in the same team. I don't know why I did this. It didn't last game. But Team Dead Pixels does lead the Series 1-0, spawning here in the bottom left corner of Crystal Pools. We got the pink Protoss Patience, as well as the purple Zerg True. Up 1-0 at the moment.
Yeah. In the top right, for Solar is awesome. It's Stork is the blue Protoss, and Solar is awesome as the red Zerg, but not so awesome last game. Am I right?
Ooh, that's sass.
Sure.
I guess I could set up some text here on the overlay, guys. I'll do this just because we'll probably have to do it multiple times for today. But one of the things to point out about Crystal Pools is there is a gold base, granted with rocks. There's a couple island bases too. I don't imagine that this map will get to that point, but there are still pretty safe expansions you can take. That last game got really out of hand. Zombie pointed out really well because there was no vision. I mean, if you see that many Zerglings coming, Solar, who went for the Baneling nest, would have had Banelings to deal with all the Zerglings, but nothing went well because nobody saw that coming.
Well, they canceled the Baneling nest, so.
Oh, did he? Okay, my mistake then, pardon me. But still, the point is, like, not seeing that coming was, like, their biggest detriment.
Yeah, no, because he could have flooded Lings, and they could have held on, and Stork would have warped in Blinkstalkers in a better position than just, like, out in the middle of nowhere. They could have definitely held on, but, all things considered, I don't know if that was their whole, like, that was their game plan, or they just kind of figured it out as they went along. Because that seems to be some people's 2v2 plans, not gonna name names.
Okay.
But, that was a really good plan, the Oracle opener, whatever, did damage, and that was awesome, but the Phoenixes take away the vision and they just link flood.
Alright, I put the score here in the top right for everybody. I hope this will work for now. Assuming that it doesn't continue to bug, we should be able to put this on the actual overlay as intended, but it is what it is.
I'm so surprised these guys agreed to 2v2 tournaments. Like,
I'm not really. I mean, you can kind of play this more relaxed. You're not worried about showing builds. You still get a little bit of exposure to it. Maybe it's fun.
Practice time. You know what I think it is, though? I don't know about, like, anyone else, right? But at the very least, Stork and Solar, they played their Pro League game last night. So, of course, not going to show any builds, but practicing, Like, if this was yesterday night, maybe they'd be like, no, we have to, like, practice, like, all night.
Actually, we tried to get a hold of both MVP and Prime, which kind of sucks because that's about half my Korean contact list right there, and they're both playing each other in Pro League tonight, so neither of them were allowed to play, because all the, like, Yoda and Youngsick, like, we had asked them, they said they want to, but then their coach said they had to sleep, so they couldn't, so I was like,
Oh, it's nice to know that they're not, like, slaves practicing all night too. They get their healthy rest.
Well, it just
sleep for you.
I'm just saying we would have had more guys. There's definitely some other folks out there who are traveling back from IEM. Like, I guarantee you, if I'd probably asked Parting, he would have gotten involved maybe as well. Like, it just we wanted to have some fun with it before we got too far into the safety net, which we'll be continuing with this week.
I feel like, like when people enter 2v2 tournaments, some people are serious, and that's awesome. But, like, as far as my experience goes, it's something like, we'll just cheese everyone and hope that we win, because, like, how good can other people be at 2v2s? Like, no one does it.
Well,
and we always lose.
I think that's part of why I want to put some actual money attached to this, though. So there would be some actual, I guess, motivation for competition rather than just saying, like, okay, cheese it for victory. Because
there was money in our tournaments too.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, that's why I didn't leave this one for, like, no cash. Big difference though coming out. I mean, we got a pretty dedicated attack. It looks like coming out of Team Solar's awesome. Going to try and take the tactics of their opponent and perhaps apply it back.
Do they know about this Dark Shrine though? You can get an Oracle, but that's the only detection they'll have. There's no lair.
They're gonna see it.
Okay, good.
They've also expanded much further. I mean, Patience going for this sort of one-base build. It has kind of prevented him from getting a natural. Whereas Stork's finishing up his natural, Solar's already had one down. One Overseer will cover both bases if necessary. I don't think this will get too far to hand. And Solar even finds the pylon being placed on their side of the map.
Nice. Stork must have thought that Phoenix build was really, really good. And in our experience, Mass Phoenix has been very fun and surprisingly good. So go for it.
I'm just wondering, like, what do you really do to stop this, right? I mean, I guess you have Phoenix Wars, but Phoenix Wars are basically Mutalisk Wars. Really stupid in the first place.
Oh, yeah, I don't think the, I think you go up to Fungals.
Maybe, if you can get that out. Solar is going to be applying the pressure with those Lings. Canceling this Nexus should not be a problem. So let's run right past that and go for the Queens. Lings are going to pop, but here comes the DTs. There is a Spore Crawler. Patient's going to have to be very careful how he does this. Spore Crawler on both bases, actually. No detection, though, except for this Oracle, so maybe get some damage over here. Looks like Phoenixes have been drawn away by both the Stalkers and the Queens. Nice teamwork, boys! High five!
They don't have hands. They have claws.
They've got
like little
yeah.
stumpy T-Rex arms. It'd be like a swat at each other.
Clink. Like, it's like poke each other, nudge them slightly. Well, we do have the counterattack now coming. That's a lot of Lings from True. Patience's DTs really did not get a lot done when we look at it. But they did prevent mining over here for Stork's Natural, so that's going to be quite handy. We do have the detection out for this, but, you know, he's going to need a lot of Graviton Beams if he wants to stop these Lings.
All he needs is a few to help out. The Oracle can help out, even a lot of vision, and it still has enough energy. And it's pretty good against Lings.
Well, we'll look at the actual units lost, because there's no workers killed counter in 2v2 overlays, guys. But we do see, actually, workers lost in general, pretty minimal. Really expect this to go, with the DT opening and this many Lings sliding by, thought that would have been much worse. But
yeah,
not too bad, not too bad.
It really is quite annoying that, like, the production and the teams, like, they aren't together.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I guess this might be just something with the way we set up the lobby, perhaps, or I don't know, but...
Okay, I'm gonna try it harder next time.
Well, I have no idea, like, maybe... what I'm saying is, like, if maybe the game registers where they join the lobby at, then if you swap teams afterwards, it doesn't move them or something?
No,
like, I have no idea why.
Because, like, last game, I was on point. I invited them per team.
Okay, well, calm down, defensive Grub. I'm not saying it was your fault. I'm saying, like, maybe it's just something in the game that...
I'm not defensive. I'm just like, adding facts to the conversation so, you know, Ryan can fix his 2v2 overlay.
Well, the Lings don't quite get to connect. The Phoenixes, though, you know, they're spending so much time lifting everything up. There's no actual damage going on to Stalkers, so not exactly getting wrecked here. Good hold so far out of Patience. Team Dead Pixels, though, does have a lot of Zerglings coming their way. Mutalisks as well.
There's the Fungals that I was talking about.
Oh, hey, look.
Good.
Look at this teamwork. This creep that blocks out anything that Patience could possibly build down here on the low ground.
I really hope that Patience is yelling at True right now.
Like, dude, come on!
I can't build any cannons!
Oh, Fungal Growth will definitely be able to go. You talked about this earlier. I'm glad to see this get squeezed out. Stork's going really heavy on the Stargates, though.
Wow.
Like, well, one Fungal might catch some of the Phoenix if there's going to be, like, 20 plus Phoenix from 4 Stargates in production. Okay, he double cancels. I think this is after scouting the Fungal Growths, too. This is a really smart move.
I just really want to imagine these Koreans yelling at each other. Like, Stork was like, no, I can do it. And Solar was like, no, you're an idiot. Like, he's going to go Fungals.
Team Solar is awesome, man. That Team Stork is awesome.
Yeah.
Big gateway follow-up. Interesting to see the Plasma Shields get so prioritized. I guess he was hoping to go heavier into the air, but there's no point in canceling that since it's so far close to done. Phoenix Attack Mark II coming in. If only could build some cannons. Just kidding. Creep.
Too bad. He doesn't have a forge, so don't blame the creep yet.
Okay, fair enough. Looking like he doesn't even want to defend this. He's hemorrhaging probes. I mean, Patience's income is just garbage right now. Deciding, I guess, perhaps take this all in. They're going to go for the attack. This might do some good damage.
Stork's gateways are just finishing. If they could go ahead and finish, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, big shout out, by the way, to Suzuki. Just subbed 4 months running. Good job, man. Thank you very much. True goes in a little bit preemptively, like way ahead of his opponent or his teammate. That's a huge mistake. Because
looking for the shark attack. Oh.
Yeah, Fungal's okay. He'll pick up some of the wings, but he just threw away all of his wings like before that fight even began. Ooh, cool little bro tactic. Will get cleaned up by the Overseer. However, the Fungal Growths, will they be good enough? This is Fungal Growths with Archons and Stalkers behind it. This is a really, really strong army out of Patience, but it is all he has. There's not a lot of money behind this. There's not a lot of follow-through. There's no upgrades either. Gotta land those Fungals before they get picked up. They do get Graviton Beam, blinking to the side to try and save the Infestors. Nicely done.
Zealot in? I think, yeah, he'll hold.
Yeah, Zealots are looking great in this position.
Well.
Void Ray
the third is under attack again. That sucks a little bit for Solar. True. Spend your money, bro.
Yeah,
Could
True
you,
floating like 2,000 minerals right now. Perhaps doesn't know he can send them to his teammate. I don't know.
Send them to Patience?
Seriously, Patience, who's got 23 probes, can certainly use the income right now. His income is half of everybody else's.
Yeah, that's true. He goes back to making probes. That was where they did get attacked. It got a base. But it's
That
so
is
hard
true.
to say what that means in 2v2.
I think right
Okay.
now it's not that big of a deal because it's not like they've already mined out their mains. I think fast forward, say 5-7 minutes from now, that their base becomes more important. But right now, if Patience was happily mining, I think they're perhaps a little bit more worried about losing that extra base. Oh, the queens, please! What are you
They
gals
have
doing
like
out here?
6 chance uses for the roaches.
Maybe. It is kind of getting close to like being a 1v2 though. I mean, it's a lot of roaches coming against what's a small handful of roaches and decent fungal growths. If Patience retained those Archons, if he had Immortals or something behind this push isn't so scary. But I kind of think this might be like the death push. True, Team Dead Pixels has to hold really well here.
Oh, gets rid of those pesky phoenixes.
Yeah, that'll be actually really nice.
The Patience though, such low supply.
Yeah, it's 11 Stalkers, 1. Maybe if they snipe off the Overseer, you know, the Dark Templar could rule the day, but yeah, Solar's just got so much more of everything. He's got more roaches. He's got, well, okay, a couple of mutas, whatever, but more bases is going to be the key point as they do continue to expand up here towards the north. This Void Ray hit squad, though, we've never seen one Spore Crawler hold up well to this.
Yeah, it just usually dies.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, Transfuse helps a little. Hydro Stand sadly is going to also go down. This really sucks. This really sucks because that's Muscular Augment's gone. He's already got the Hydralisks out. Ugh.
DTTs won't help.
I really want the DTs to come save the day here. Like, snipe the Overseers, pick off the Observers, and 1 to 2 DTs. I mean, it's unlikely, and it's not going to happen, but...
As long as they're expanding, the odds do increase. You know, that you're finally going to get into a couple of locations that aren't well defended. I'm really surprised that Solar is Awesome didn't go ahead and attack here. You know, they killed the gold base, which is good, but True was already banking enough minerals that he could have plopped one down, but decided to let Patience, as a nice teammate, take it before the creep overwhelmed it. Then he had
Well,
another third.
He kind of needs the gold, too. I mean, with how far behind he is, the extra income's going to help a lot. Quick little bracket update, though, guys. At this point, sadly, Seed and Horror Team Kimchi have officially been disqualified. I really like Seed a lot, and I'm a little sad that he couldn't show up today, but that means Crank will be going up against Supernova and Symbol. But don't you guys worry, that's the next scheduled match to cast. The winner of this will go up against Ryung and Impact, but we will be casting Crank and Heart versus Supernova and Symbol.
Void Rays are gross.
Void Rays are disgusting. I feel bad for Zerg. Like, he's building more Spore Crawlers, but what does that do, really, right? Like, you're not investing in static defense to kill the Void Rays. You're investing in static eat up the prismatic alignment, so maybe something else can kill it. Like,
Yes.
time saving. We do have a massive supply difference, though. Patience is still definitely the dead weight in this game. I don't really know. I mean, if you get Colossus tech, maybe that's cool. It comes in from behind. Because we look at Solar and Stork's army, right? It's a lot of tier 2 tech. Stuff that can, if there's enough Colossus out, possibly be countered. The amount of Zealots here, though, is just, it's going to be so beefy. The Roaches and Hydras have got all that damage attached to them. And Patience has got but a couple of Cannons and Archons. It's going to be... I don't think he's going to get this out in time. Double rope production is wishful thinking.
Oh, those armor supplies are pretty big for everyone except Patience. And yes, this is finally a dash push. Yep, death push. Yep. Overseers, I mean, Stork can run up to Observers, but I think Overseers will be okay for making sure that these don't win the day. And
Oh, it's looking
it's a nice
grim.
concave. I mean, you got a couple of fungals in there too. That's a big army.
Oh, you know, the south side's gonna win easily for True. Pardon me. He had a bit of an upgrade lead for a second there, but the fungal growth, the concave's good. Can he deal with what's on the left side though? Those force fields from Patience though are like God mode, keeping this army back, and somehow True is gonna what is essentially 1v2 this fight.
True is carrying right now. Awesome.
He's
The Void
also
Rays
lost.
take out the hive. Ooh,
That's gonna sting, yeah. But this was a great defense, so now there's possible counter. I thought no way in a million years does that hold. But Patience's force fields were on point. The Dark Templar helped out a ton. Those fungal growths were magic.
I think it was just like a lot of the army got like just pushed up against that left side, so you had like 1/4 or more of the army trying to attack the nexus, the stuff behind the force fields, and only like so much of it actually attacking the army. So like Patience, he went into that fight with like 50 army supply or something stupid like that. Like he was really low, and he comes out of it with like only slightly above. Like he actually didn't lose that much.
Like Patience, he's like the slow and steady turtle that wins the race, right?
Yes,
like,
exactly. Basically, like just begging Shrew to carry this game. Now they're actually up 1, so if they had lost there, like kind of no big deal. You go into game number
best of 3.
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out, by the way, and a thank you to Winter Gaming. Winter, good buddy, also just hosted the channel, but also resubbed 10 months running. So thank you very much, Winter.
Dude, yeah, I finally had that appear for me. It actually he's like, do you want to tell them that you resubbed?
Oh yeah, the little
like,
band at the top. I think it's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I didn't know I was subbed to Super for 9 months. I didn't even realize like I had the sub button for like 9 months.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at this game though. Stork and Solar, they had the money behind this. They were able to remax and recover from that fight, no matter how poorly that went. And still, Patience struggles to really catch up with anything. He is going for higher tech stuff with the Colossus, and I think that's a really cool move. But it's going to be so difficult. Oh my god, he could use these cliffs for the Colossus. You can just walk up here and sit.
Oh, why don't we have any Terrans? Oh, we should do this in our own TV2s.
Right? Like, where's the siege tanks? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. But yeah, 4 or 5 Colossus. This is looking like Team Dead Pixels might bring this back. I thought, like, again, so much of this game was so... Team Solar is awesome. Stork and Solar had everything going for them. They had upgrades, they had army supply, they had bases, but this is starting to level out, and they're splitting up a bit now. Stork went for this nice attack down here to the south, might be able to double kill these bases. Looks like True is not going to turn around to defend, but continue to go with the attack. Oh.
They didn't see it. Yep. They are going to try and defend. They would lose 2 bases for a potential hold.
Yeah, this was a great move out of Stork, though, all things considered. He's going to lose a very minimal amount of Zealots and Stalkers for what is, again, yeah, 2 bases of production. That's fantastic. Oh, he only gets 1, but still, even then, not too bad.
Yeah, gets most of the Stalkers out of there. Stork is the one that's kind of lagging behind in the Stork Solar combo, but he quickly remaxes. Remaxes. I mean, most of them are, but Patience is, of course, still trucking along. We finally have that Hive coming back up. Blinding Clouds be very useful.
Blinding Clouds, I think, are going to be critical, quite frankly. I mean, we've seen enough PvPs where it's max Colossus versus max Colossus, but you got the addition of Roach Hydra underneath this. This is going to be ridiculous. Whereas True's gone for a Roach Infestor. We had a couple of Hydras earlier, but let's not forget that Hydra then did get sniped off by those Void Rays, so I'm loving that this is a very similar composition, but there are very distinct differences in what's underneath this to really just change the dynamic of how this could go. Positioning, I think, is going to be key no matter what, though. If someone's in a choke, they're going to lose probably not only the battle, but the game. There's a lot on the line for this, as they both spent pretty much everything. They got a decent bank back home for both players, but it's not enough to remax to carry the team. So it looks like on the top of the ramp, we are going to have the Zerg versus Zerg fight. Weirdly enough, the Protoss versus Protoss down at the bottom. True throwing out a couple of Funnel Growths to help out his teammate. The Colossus not quite all involved with the fight, but those Stalkers can't advance. Solar's going to destroy the top, and then he'll come down and concave on Patience. Patience has got to win this fight quickly and disengage, or just straight up die. In fact, looks like it's the latter of the two.
Yeah, they won that very, very well, and without the help of the Vipers for a very long time. That's why I was kind of like, Solar, what are you doing? You have the Vipers. But he was winning the top side, so everything is forgiven.
Yeah, she threw a couple Blinding Clouds on top of the Colossus, but...
No, at the end, after I was like, Solar.
Well, I was saying, it doesn't really affect the Colossus anyways, so it's just funny to see.
Well, he also abducted into the army. I'm just like, they're over there. They might have been better off with the Zerg, but the point is that they won that fight really well.
Patience is lining up the gold too. His army is just not here. Yeah, True had that one sick carry of a fight earlier.
Oh no, DTs.
There's an Overseer.
Oh, okay.
Do they not know about Patience's base?
No,
they don't. They've never scouted this base. They've walked by it like 4 times, but okay, so Patience might hold on to this a little bit longer, but his gold base is dead. There's no way this is going to live through this fight. Maybe? Yeah, the Colossus is going to win this out of Love Hardcore. Nice Infested Terran's attempt to come up behind this, but the Roaches and the Zerg... It's weird that this became ZVZ versus PvP and not like PvZ or the other way around, but tapping out. Team Solar is awesome. Is going to bring it back, tying up the series 1-1. And we're going to go to game number 3. So if you guys joined us in the middle